Hey folks, Matt Horowitz. I'm going to make a quick video here discussing ThemeForest, how to use ThemeForest, how to navigate it, and how to get the most from this website. A lot of people are very easily overwhelmed, and I can see why that's the case. ThemeForest is one of the largest theme marketplaces in the world. There's a lot of stuff. So after building over 100 websites and doing this for years and years and years, I'm going to give you the best of the best to help you cut through the clutter. And let me look at my little cheat sheet here. So first thing to do is below this video, it's most likely a YouTube video, so click the little gear icon and make sure that you're watching this in the highest resolution HD. I think it's going to be 720. So again, the overview here, ThemeForest is one of the largest marketplaces in the world. And the reason that you want to go premium theme over free theme for WordPress is the longevity factor. A lot of people don't think this is important, and they think, oh, I'll just try a free theme for now and then I'll change it later. No, don't do that. Learning a theme takes months and months and months and months, and mastering a theme can take years. So setting up a theme now and then having to switch it later in 6 months is a major pain in the butt, and things fall off the shelf. Websites break. You don't want to be changing themes. You really want to spend a lot of time reviewing and finding the best theme, finding something that speaks to you intuitively that you like in terms of design, aesthetics, feel, and then making sure that it's really, really good sort of behind the scenes, technically and developmental wise, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So that's the overview. So what you want to do is you want to stick to the WordPress category here. You'll see WordPress, and you can basically click WordPress to browse all. But if I click WordPress and browse all, you're going to see right here that there is 6,600 items. I do not want you browsing 6,600 items. So you can click on any of these categories that are relatable to your business. But I'm going to show you the three most common are going to be corporate, creative, blog magazine, and then another one is it's not bonus. Another one is popular items. Now let's just start with corporate. Think of corporate as just business. Creative is going to have a little bit more kind of non-standards to it. Things that might be a little bit not funky. What's the word? A little bit outside of the norm. And then blog magazine is a site that's very post heavy. A lot of articles, a lot of blog posts, things like that. It's not that you can't write blog posts in the corporate category or in any other category, but the blog/magazine is really enhanced to really bring out the articles and things like that. We'll look at popular in a second. Let's look at corporate first. All right, let's click into corporate. 1,456 items at the time of this video. So what I want to do here is we want to cut through the clutter. We'll get to the responsive in a second. Okay, so how are we going to sort through over 1,000 things and make sure we're dealing with good stuff? We're going to do that by sorting and filtering. So on the left here, and these, ThemeForest changes the website from time to time, so this might be on the right or it might be above. The same concept applies though. You're going to find this, let's see, we have sales and we have rating. Sometimes this is called sort by. One of my recommendations is to do a search twice, and you can see here is it's saying, hey, show all ratings, and we want to go 4 stars or higher. I don't want to deal with any crap. So let's go 4 stars or higher. And then what you're going to do is it's set it down to 1,000, so it's still a lot. Okay, cool. So, okay, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, oh, this is good, this is good. They've actually changed this since the last time I've been in here. What we're going to do on the left here is we're going to say, don't show me anything below 4 stars. And then for sales, what we want to do is we don't want an item that's necessarily selling, like doesn't have a lot of sales. What that can represent is that might be some kind of hobbyist, theme developer. Maybe they only have one theme. If you have questions for them, by the way, you get free support with all of the, support is included from the theme developer. So if you have to send them a ticket or a message, you want someone who's doing this full time, who's going to be constantly keeping this updated with WordPress, not someone who's half-assed or part-time, things like that. So let's go ahead and I don't necessarily need top sellers, but I don't want anything below high. So I'm going to choose, hey, show me sales where the volume is high, the ratings are 4 or above. Now I'm going to go to the top, and you can sort this by the newest. So these are the most recent releases, or let's sort these by best rated. So not only did we cut out all the bottom crap, we got it down to 855, still a lot, but now we're looking at the best rated. So what you want to do is when you're looking here, you want to hover over this, and this thumbnail image sucks. You can't tell anything from it. So some of these are But this one here, it kind of gives you an idea. You can see, I'm going to point like you can see it, but you can see where it says deals and coupons. You can kind of get a visual of these themes, most of the time. But literally what you really need to do is, let's say I liked memes, for example. I'm going to right click it and open it in a new tab. So as you kind of browse through here, anything that looks good, oh, Profi, that looks, it sounded, this grabbed my attention. So anything that you like, let's open these in a new tab. Stamp, looks okay. Uplift, no limits, easy web. So basically, you're just going to kind of go through these. It's a lot of browsing, and you definitely do want to make the investment. It's definitely worth the time. Another trick is up here. So we're sorting it by best rated right now. Let's sort by the best sellers. So typically, things that sell the best and have a high rating is a good combination. So let's see, stylish thing here. Oh, that's pretty snazzy. So let's open that up in a new tab. You could have 3 tabs open. You can have 25 tabs open. You just want to go through here and kind of just see if anything stands out to you. I know a lot of this stuff can look the same initially, but I'm going to help you with that. So that's basically the way to cut through the clutter, trim off the bottom crap by giving high sales, nothing lower than 4 stars. Skim through these preview images and open them in a new tab. And then when you're here, what we want to do is we want to scroll down a little bit below the price, and underneath you're going to see a box. This is called CTH Themes. That's the developer. You'll see this says 293 sales, 81 comments, and this has a 5-star rating, but it's based on 10 ratings, which is kind of low. So here are some things we want to look at in the sidebar. We also want to look at the last updated date. We want to make sure these people are keeping these things updated, because WordPress is constantly updating. WordPress powers over 25% of the entire internet, so it's very prone to attack. So they're constantly updating security and things like that, and they're just constantly rolling out new features and improving the software and making it better. So you want to make sure that the theme developer is keeping on top of WordPress. Think of WordPress as the foundation, right? And the theme sits on top of that. So WordPress dictates everything else that runs on it. So we want to make sure that these people are keeping their stuff updated. So this was, by the time this is like, a month or 2 old from the time I'm watching this. So let's just look at these kind of sales pages, right? Okay, $49, 159 sales. These are pretty low sales numbers. We only have, a 5-star review sounds good, but on 9 ratings is not so hot. Okay, you see 4.28, I would trash it. I'm not even going to look at this. Even if I go to live preview and I look at the website, it's pretty. Anything below a 4.5 star, it means it's just shit. Like, you're going to have issues in the back end. The developers might suck. There's just going to be problems with it. 4.5 stars is the minimum. Ideally 4.6 or 4.7 if you can find it. So I'm going to close all of these tabs, and I sorted it here by bestseller. I'm just going to let's switch categories here. I'm not saying that business is a bad category, but I'm just going to find some themes that I'm more familiar with to make this easier. So this is the corporate category, kind of your business, your clean, more professional looking themes. I'm going to click back over to WordPress popular items. Now here we can't rate them, but these are the most popular, and a lot of these are very highly rated as well. So let's say the 7. I'm going to right click, open that in a new tab. I'm just kind of picking some random ones. Total, right click in a new tab. I know that theme. I know a bunch of these themes, but anyways, you really just have to open up a lot of stuff. So let's look over at the 7. Let me just show you kind of some better looking metrics. So this is a little bit crazy. You're not going to get a 4.8 star rating on over 4,000 ratings. This is just obviously a very, very popular one, but you can see 4.8 means you're dealing with the best of the best here. In my case, this is just recently updated because I'm making this video just around the 1st of June 2016. This was just updated a couple days ago. So what you want to do is you're looking at the right sidebar to kind of vet the developer and the theme. Right now we're getting the theme information here. So again, 4.5, ideally 4.6 or 4.7 or higher. Let's look over this total theme here. 4.82 on 1,000 ratings. I mean, this is quality. Now what we want to do and take it one step further is we want to vet the developer. Right now we're just looking at the theme. Over here, if we click on WP Explorer, who's the developer of that theme, Another thing that we want to look at is we want to make sure this developer is in this full time and they're not half-assing it, part-timing it, like I said. So you can see here it says they have 18 items on ThemeForest, meaning WP Explorer. It may be a single guy, it may be a small team. I actually know the WP Explorer is like a full-blown theme shop, as they call it. 5 employees, 15 employees, maybe 20. I mean, this is what they do full-time. 18 items, and then let's see, do they have developer rating here? You can see their overall author rating across all of those 18 items looks like it's just shy of 4.5 stars, so that's great here. The author rating can be a little bit, you don't have to get the 4.6 or 4.7, but anything 4 or less, ideally 4.5, 4.4 or higher. Let's click back over to the 7. The developer here is called Dream Theme. If I click on Dream Theme, let's look at these guys. Okay, 23 items on the marketplace, developer rating 4.4, 4.5. Both of these developers are very strong. So that's some of the initial we haven't even gotten into looking at the design yet, but this is just vetting to make sure you get the best of the best. So I kind of cut right to the top because I went to the popular items. But again, no matter what category you're in, just sort it by the most sales, the most rating to get the best rated stuff. So, all right, that covers theme rating. Let's discuss live preview, responsiveness. I'm going to move that down here on my cheat sheet. So let's say you like the 7, right? One of the things you want to do is look for the word responsive. Nowadays, most 95% plus of everything on ThemeForest is going to be responsive, and what responsive means is that the website is going to be responsive to the size of the screen of your visitor, so mobile, tablet, etc., different size monitors. It's going to be very hard to find a theme that isn't responsive, but just make sure that you see that. In both of these cases, the word responsive happens to be in the title, but if you don't see it, go ahead and press Control F on Windows or Command F on a Mac, and it's going to bring up a search box. And you can literally type in the word responsive, and it'll highlight how many times that word appears on the page. So if you're doing a search and the word appears 0 times, then you know there's a chance it might not be responsive, and you want to ignore it because responsive these days is super important. So that's the responsiveness. Now let's actually look at these things. So what we're going to do here is you see this thing called live preview. That's how we actually look at the theme. Once you make sure it's rated good and the developer is okay, click on live preview, or go the other way around. Open up a bunch of tabs, live preview 5 to 10 items, and then look at the developers and the theme ratings, and then just delete the crap. So here's the 7, and it's taking me to, okay, so sometimes when you click on live preview, it takes you right into a live preview. But here the 7 is taking me into a bunch of, they actually have made a lot of demos. Like, you can do a lot of stuff with this theme. So let's say, for example, the 7 all features demo. So you're saying, like, here's a layout for a medical place, here's a layout for a coffee shop, here's a layout for a resume, a dance school, photography. They're just really giving you, let's click on medical, just because it's probably just going to be a really clean and simple layout. And I just want to show you what you're going to look at when you're live previewing these demos. So while this is loading, I'm going to go over here to this other theme called Total. I'm going to click on live preview over here. While that's loading, I'm going to close out these sales pages just to make my browser faster. Same thing here. This theme here called Total is giving us a lot of different examples. I'm going to click on Nouveau, and let's see how that looks. Let's jump back over to this medical theme. It says, hey, want to see more demos? Okay, cool. There's obviously, okay, you can just select it from here. So this is just showing you the theme live. So very blue and very white here is the color palette. But you want to scroll through. Most people get really overwhelmed by the home pages because they're turning on all the bells and whistles, so showing you all the full functionality. And the way that I like to think of a homepage of a website is it's like you walk into the entrance, you walk into the foyer of a home, and you want to show off the best of the best, and also give them access and doorways and access points to other areas of the house, like the living room, the dining room, the bedrooms, etc. But I would kind of just skim the homepage for aesthetics, but don't get caught up on like, oh, what are we going to replace this with? A lot of stuff can be turned off and on. Some of the pages that I like to start with are the more simpler ones. So let's see, departments. This is very geared towards stock. I'm looking for an about page, but I can't find it, so I'm going to click on contact page because that's a very simple page. I know I'm going quick here, but there's a lot of information to cover, and I want to make this helpful for you. Try to find simpler pages where you can just get a feel for the color palette, the typography, the white space, the negative space, etc. So services. All right, I'm going to close this one out. It's not the greatest example. Let's jump back over here to Nouveau. Here's the demo for Nouveau. Cool. Much cleaner already. I'm realizing this typography, this font is a little bit easier on my eyes. The other one was very gray, harder to read. This is just pretty, really clean, really simple. Let's click over here. We have contact, blog, portfolio, services. All these words can be changed. Everything can be kind of turned on, turned off, swapped in, swapped out, etc. Let's click on our team. Again, we just want to get different examples. What I recommend doing is just clicking through very fast just to kind of get an overall aesthetic feel. After you do this, after you look at a handful of themes, you're going to kind of have a gut intuitive response to what you like design-wise. So this is very pretty, really nice. Let's go back over here to these. Let's look at another category. Let's go to WordPress. Let's go to blog magazine. Let me see if I know this video is getting long, but let's see what else. Okay, yeah, there's a couple other points I want to mention. So let's go ahead and sort this by the best sellers in the blog magazine category. All right, we got newspaper. I'm going to open up newspaper in a new tab here. Let's open up Zahifa in a new tab here. And how about Smart Mag? And you can see it says responsive right in the title on half of these. So these are going to load in this over here. So this one's called newspaper. We have one called Zahifa, and we have Smart Mag. So if we're looking at newspaper, what are we going to do first? Boom, 4.86, 2600, great theme, recently updated. Zahifa, 4.82, recently updated. Smart Mag, 4.78. These are all very, very high quality. I'm going to do Control F, responsive, and you can see it says layout responsive, so this is good. I'm going to click live preview, close that. I'm going to go to Zahifa. I'm going to live preview all of these real quick. Live preview, close. Smart Mag, let's live preview it and close it. And basically, if you kind of get the gist here, once you like something, let me open this tab back up. All you have to do is just click the, let's go. All you have to do is in the upper right, there's going to be a buy now or purchase button. Buy now. So these themes are $40 to $60. It's a one-time fee. You just hit buy now. You check out with a credit card or debit card, or you can use PayPal, and then you have access to the theme, and then they're going to give you instructions on how you're going to upload this into WordPress. So let's just go back to newspaper. Again, they have a bunch of demos. Let's click on default. Let's look at Zahifa and see what they did. Okay, they loaded it up right away. So you can see Zahifa right away, very blog posty, right? Very magazine-y. They're just giving you doorways. It's kind of, think of blog magazines when you have a lot of different categories. You might talk on travel, fitness, I don't know, different business categories, anything you want, but it just is, rather than just having one static page with sort of content here, we get a very dynamic interface where we're seeing the most recent blog posts. So Zahifa here is quite a loud layout, a lot of stuff going on. But what's interesting here is if you click on layouts, you can see you have a lot of layouts: homepage default, masonry, etc. Let's see what happens if we click classic layout. I know I'm jumping around a lot here, but you really just want to take your time. So here's a simpler layout on Zahifa. And you can see, so just click around as much as you can. But this theme has a a very different feel than newspaper. Newspaper is a little bit cleaner, just pure white, where Zahifa is a little bit more more playfulness going on. So one of the things, these may not be the best for this, but what I always tell people is don't get too distracted by the images, because you're going to be changing the images around on the theme that you choose. So don't get distracted by the images. Don't get distracted by the home page. Look at the overall design, the negative space, the typography. Get a look and a feel for kind of the menu orientation, the logo. Do you like the navigation of the menu? And just so you know, again, WordPress is extremely flexible. A lot of these things can be turned on, turned off. And one feature isn't make or break it. Like if you're like, oh, I don't like these social icons here, or I don't like that. All of those things can be turned off and on, or changed, or swapped out. So don't get too attached to things. Overall, trust your gut, trust your intuition. see what speaks the best to you. But the best way to navigate ThemeForest is to cut through the clutter, get the best of the best, and then just live preview a lot of different things. Once you make a selection, go ahead and purchase that, and then you'll be able to install that in WordPress. So I hope this video tutorial is helpful for you. If you have any questions or you need help linking up with a WordPress builder, developer, designer, do let us know. We might be able to connect you with somebody, and hope this is helpful for you. All right, take care.